All right, we love.
Hey, shalom, shalom.
Shalom.
First and foremost, want to give all praises, honor, and glory due to Yahweh, by Hashem, Yahushai, by Hashem, Kakadash. Double honors to the elders and apostles of GMS that rule well. Peace and salutations to all the occupants from the four corners, teaching the truth and sincerity. This is Pastor Kwame with the
Brother Rock. Shalom.
Of GMS Dallas Camp. Lord's will, we're going to come up to you with a quick lesson that is edifying, unto the ears of the elect, because in the time that we're in, we see these new niggas. Well, so like we see these new guys coming up, with itching ears. They're coming up, using the platform for filter. They're not giving praises and honor and glory unto Yahweh by Shem Yahushai for all he has done to the nation of Israel. Mostly third. They don't have proper understanding, but we know that Yahweh by Shem Yahushai here at GMS, we know that he is meant to be feared. He is meant to be raised, all right? And for everything that he has done for us upon this earth, and only the elect will be able to do so in proper order. Baba Kushai, you can pull Psalm chapter 30, I believe start at verse 4, and then we can get into that Psalms 100.
God. This is Psalms chapter 30. It says in verse 4, it says, "Sing unto the Lord, O ye saints of his, and give thanks at the remembrance of his holiness."
So the elect, is supposed to sing. It's supposed to give honor and reverence unto Yahweh by Shem Yahushai. All right? Because for one, he is good. All right? He is good to those that fear him. Okay? Baba Kushai, you can continue.
Verse 5, it says, "For his anger endureth but a moment, in his favor." Let me read that again. Psalms 30 and 5, it says, "For his anger endureth but a moment, in his favor is life. Weeping may endure for a night, but joy cometh in the morning."
So the joy of Yahweh by Shem Yahushai is going to come upon the elect. All right. And see, the reason why I had the brother to read that is because that's the situation that we're in right now. Okay. This holy hell that was brought upon us because of our ignorance, as it says in that Baruch chapter 4, verse 6, the Most High brought us through all this hell because we moved him to wrath, loosely paraphrased. Okay, because we chose, not to give honor and glory unto him. All right, but Baba Kushak, could you read that 5 again?
Yep, Psalm 30 and 5, it says, "For his anger endureth but a moment, and his favor is life."
See, it said that his anger endureth but for a moment. So though it seems like a long time to us, through his power, he was upset because we chose to go off, and go another route. And basically Israel played the harlot. She wanted to dote about and go to all these other nations and find out what all that shit was about. But now we have come to the realization that it is for no work. Right? So through the spirit and power of Yahweh by Shem Yahushai, we have come back to the realization. Baba Shake, finish it out.
God. It says Psalms 30 and 5. It says, "Weeping may endure for a night, but joy cometh in the morning."
See, we're weeping right now. We're weeping, calling upon Yahweh by Shem Yahushai to deliver us and save us from the hell that Esau Edom is about to bring upon us. Hell, Esau Edom plus the other nations, because they have had a perpetual hatred towards the elect of the nation of Israel.
Done. Yeah. I had a precept.
Baba Kushai, you got it.
But I also make a point on that too. Like you're going into that, you can see that, Esau and the heathen pursuant to Psalms 83,
Con.
right? We can see that confederacy is still alive and well. Like case in point with the whole immigration crisis that was orchestrated. Not only did you have a lot of Northern Kingdom, coming over here, but you also had a lot of heathen coming over here. Chinese, Asian people, East Indian people, Arabic, African people. And there's a plot. We can see the goal is to remove, really niggas.
Yep.
The goal is to get rid of you niggas. And really, those other heathen that they brought in, they're gonna be the new niggas. The new niggas. You know what I'm saying? Going into your point.
And that because that happened once before. Whenever the went into the 1 Kings 17, whenever they took the Sumerians out of the land and they put in other nations. From Cush and from Pathros.
2 Kings 17.
Baba Kushai, Khan.
Yep.
2 Kings 17, I think it's 24 or 25.
Yep.
So this isn't new.
Right.
We know that this isn't new. They have used and abused the nation of Israel every step of the way. All right. But it's only through Yahweh Shem Yahushua that we will gain that salvation. And that we will gain that proper way, okay? But our people don't know. They're scoffing, backbiting, trying to come up in another way, another direction. But how about Shem Yahushua? It's the ultimate way.
I had a precept real quick.
You guys,
I know you want to get into the Psalm 100. I got that held as well. This is Isaiah 10 and 20. It says, "And it shall come to pass in that day, that the remnant of Israel and such as are escaped of the house of Jacob shall no more again stay upon him that smote them," right? Esau, our oppressors, right? Who are the heathen, as the brother went into. It says, "But shall stay upon the Lord, the Holy One of Israel, in truth." And I just wanted to get that because as we're about to go into Psalms 100, it talks about serving the Lord with gladness. Once we realized that we need to pivot and rely on Yahweh Shem Yahushua, we realized how much more peaceful it is. Even with the, situations, the circumstance, the hell, the straight gate.
We had to go through it.
Even within that, though, the Lord did say that he was going to be with us.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And the Lord did say that, wisdom and knowledge will be the stability of our times.
In strength of salvation. So, Baba Kushai, pull that Joshua 1 and 9.
Con.
And then we can jump into the Psalms 100.
Con. This is Joshua chapter 1 and verse 9. It says, "Have not I commanded thee, be strong and of a good courage, be not afraid, neither be thou dismayed. For the Lord thy God, or Yahweh thy power, is with thee whithersoever thou goest."
See, it says he has commanded us to be strong and to be of a good courage and be not dismayed, have no doubt. So Yahweh Shem Yahushua has set up the whole playing field for you to get the victory, but he told you that you're gonna have to go through some shit in order to get to the point that you need to be. All right, but you got it.
Con. I'm gonna go into Psalms 100. Con. This is Psalms 100 and verse 1. It says, "Make a joyful noise unto the Lord, all ye lands. Serve the Lord Yahweh Shem Yahushua with gladness."
So it says, make a joyful noise, all ye lands. So all the lands that we were scattered to.
Right.
Okay, that's the elect being scattered all over the world, chiefly, mainly here in Babylon the Great, aka America, because this is where the bulk of the Northern Kingdom and the Southern Kingdom will be. Because what's that in Jeremiah? They shall be oppressed together. Mm-hmm. So they're going to be oppressed together in one land. And this is that land, Babylon the Great. Mm-hmm. All right, but you got it.
Verse 2, it says, "Serve the Lord with gladness. Come before his presence with singing."
Come before you, how about Shem Yahushua with praise. All right, giving honor and glory unto him because he has delivered us out of said perils.
Mhm.
All right, we already know that Second Ezra chapter 16, is going to take place. Second Ezra chapter 15 is going to take place.
Mhm.
All right, though it tarry, what? Wait for it, for it shall surely come to pass. It shall not tarry.
Mhm.
Okay, these things are rolling down and it's not a trickle anymore. It's not a drop anymore. It's turning into a roaring river, bro. Like hell is coming. And are you prepared? Are you prepared? Are you prayed up?
Mhm.
And when we say prayed up, do you have Yahweh Shemi Shai upon your la'ah? What do you think about every day?
Mhm.
All right. What is the first thing that you do in the morning?
Mhm.
Do you give honor and praises to Yahweh Shemi Shai, or are you steadfast on this world and what you're gonna get next?
Mhm.
Salakia, you got it.
Beautiful point. I have a precept real quick. This is John 14:27. It says, "Peace I leave with you, and my peace I give unto you. Not as the world giveth, give I unto you. Let not your heart be troubled, neither let it be afraid." And like we read about Yahushua in the Gospels, even though, as brutal as it was for Yahushua to do what he did, you know what I'm saying? He still had to have a level of level headedness through all of that and peace to endure through all of it. You know what I'm saying? Now, we know, like when you read about the Garden of Gethsemane, the Lord, sweat blood. You know what I'm saying? The Lord wanted that cup to pass on for a moment, but we still do know that he still got the victory.
Come.
He still got the victory, which means what? Which means he powered through it.
Yeah.
He powered through it. And that peace that he tapped into, the ability to endure, he's passed that on to us as well. I just want to get
that. And that's through the wisdom, strength, and power of Yahweh Shemi Shai. Especially wisdom, because wisdom kept them in a proper headspace. Mm-hmm. Just like wisdom's going to keep us in a proper headspace and not be working off of impulse.
Right.
Yeah. But
it's lucky.
No, you got it.
This is back in Psalms 103. It says, "Know ye that the Lord, he is God, or he is power. It is he that hath made us, and not we ourselves."
See, it's Yahweh Shemi Shai that has put together the elect. The elect group of men that's going to weather this storm. Okay, that's going to weather Esau, Edom, and these other nations coming up against us with great wrath. Mm-hmm. Only they will make it through. Everybody else is going to be caught therein. They're gonna have to go and get the MOTB. All right, and they're going to accept it willingly. But the men of Yahweh Shemi Shai are going to reject. Reject, deflect, and keep muscling through. There ain't nothing. There's nothing else for us here. Mm-hmm. Hey, like I always say, fuck this world and them that dwell therein, bro. Nobody else is going to be stayed upon Yahweh Shemi Shai in these times. Mm-hmm. All right, but you got it.
Yep, Psalm 103. It says, "Know ye that the Lord, he is our power," or Yahweh Shemi Shai, he is our power. "It is he that hath made us, and not we ourselves. We are his people, and the sheep of his pasture."
Of his pasture. We are grazing off of what he has made. All right. He feeds us. He gives us drink. He gives us everything that we need. Okay. He gives us peace of mind. And in times of danger, he gives us strength to endure until he comes. Because he's going to be the one that gets the glory first whenever all this gets knocked down. All right. Through his power will we be, in a proper headspace. But you got it.
Yep. Psalms 104. It says, "Enter into his gates with thanksgiving, and into his courts with praise. Be thankful unto him, and bless his name."
So we're going to be giving all praise, honor, and glory due to Yahweh Shemi Shai. Okay? Because for one, he deserves it. Like it says in that Baruch chapter 3, verse 4. If you ain't got nothing.
No, yeah. I got you. I was already holding the Baruch 4, or I was on it. Oh. So you said Baruch 3 and 4?
3 and 24.
Does it
proceed?
Yeah, this is Baruch 3:24. It says, "O Israel, how great is the house of the Most High, and how large is the place of his possession. Great and have none end, high and unmeasurable."
See, and that's what we're about to get as a reward. All right, we're about to get the full dwelling of Yahweh Shemi Shai. So yes, the world is Yahweh's. All right, but the galaxy is Yahweh's.
Yep.
Okay,
Yep.
and then not just the galaxies around the galaxy.
That's the spirit.
That's Yahweh Shemi Shai. That's that.
That's a direct precept for John 14.
Boom. That's what I'm gonna tell you.
I'm gonna read it because I told you. That's a beautiful point because, like, inwardly, with the the laws, statutes, and commandments being written on our inward parts, right? We're gonna really be able to sup with Yahweh Shemi Shai in his fullness. But then externally, like you said, the Lord is gonna open everything up as well.
We're gonna know what everything and how everything moves. Okay, growth, everything, bro, and that's going to be given to us through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shemi Shai. But you got it,
John. This is John chapter 14 and verse 2. It says, "In my Father's house are many mansions. If it were not so, I would have told you. I go to prepare a place for you."
So Yahweh Shemi Shai went to prepare a place for us for in these times for those that will be caught up or caught out of this holy hell. All right, whether some might have to die on this side, or but the whole bulk, the ones that are in the heavens right now, which are going to be born first, hell, even for our children that come after us, all right, which are going to be these 2/3, they're going to have a chance to enjoy the kingdom. Hell, there's going to be a point where there's going to be a child born in the kingdom that never saw this side. See how joyful that is? But you got it.
Yep. It says, Psalm 104 again, it says, "Enter into his gates with thanksgiving." And like the brother said, man, you're only going to be able to do that once you realize the magnitude of this thing. Like the scriptures say, I feel like I always bring this up, but let go of even mortal thoughts.
Yeah.
You got to think bigger. You got to think bigger, man. You can't just think like a regular nigga here in Babylon the Great, man. You got to open up, or pray, ask the Lord to open, show you, man.
Yeah,
put the spirit on
you. And that's why people that come up against the doctrine, they can't fathom that. They can't understand what it takes, to decouple from the world. We gotta be a little crazy in this thing of ours, bro.
Yeah.
To just
all the greatest minds ever were considered crazy. Einstein, Tesla.
Yeah. Like we got to remove and to walk in faith. That's something that normal niggas can't do.
Right.
We have to be extraordinary. But you got it.
God, this is Psalms 105. It says, "For the Lord is good, his mercy is everlasting, and his truth endureth unto all generations."
And that's that Psalms 30. It says his mercy endureth forever. It says like it. I gotta go back and read it.
You said Psalms what?
That's Psalms 30 and 5. That's Psalms 30 and 5.
Yeah.
I was just trying to get that point because it lined up with the last precept of 100.
I can read it again. Read verse 6 as well because we didn't read verse 6. Psalms chapter 30 and 5, it says, "For his anger endureth but a moment."
See, his anger endureth but for a moment. This is his anger stage. Right. Okay, and what's that? 1,000 years is like unto one day unto Yahweh Shemi Shai. So a moment is nothing. Right. All right, but you got it.
It says, "For his anger endureth but a moment, in his favor is life. Weeping may endure for a night, but joy cometh in the morning."
So that joy process is coming. We just got to get through this last moment. You got it.
It says, verse 6, it says, "And in my prosperity I said, I shall never be moved. Lord, by thy favor thou hast made my mountain to stand strong.
And that's the Mount Zion. You know, it's like it. You got it.
It says, thou didst hide thy face and I was troubled. You know, going into basically what we've been experiencing under the curses.
Con,
The Lord hiding his face.
that's that about Yahweh Shemiah Shai in his face. I think it's Psalms 126. You know, whenever we wake up, it's going to be a nightmare that we have, but it goes into like we have dreamed.
Yeah, there's a couple good. You mind if I read the last two verses of this? I'm gonna jump down to Psalms 30 and 11 and 12, and it kind of sums up what we're talking about. It says, "Thou hast turned for me my mourning into dancing. Thou hast put off my sackcloth and girded me with gladness, to the end that my glory may sing praise unto thee and not be silent."
That's that Baruch 5. You know, but you got it.
It says, "Oh Yahweh Shemiah Shai, my power, I will give thanks unto thee forever."
You know, and that's a joy to give praises unto Yahweh Shemiah Shai every day. You know, that's a joy to even have the mindset to think upon Yahweh Shemiah Shai. You know, that's a gift. Okay, because in this holy hell of a world, you know, it wants you to be fearful of everything that you see. All right, it wants you to live in doubt. You know, live in dread.
Yeah.
You know, if we didn't have Yahweh Shemiah Shai, what would we have?
Yeah. Yeah. And it's important to maintain that thankful spirit, because that thankful spirit it wards away that entitled spirit. That entitled and that, you know, feeling like you deserve shit, like the elder Ariella went into in the camp last week. You know, we ain't shit. We don't deserve it. We don't deserve what
Yahweh Shemiah Shai is giving us freely.
Right.
Like,
right.
Like, you know, because this was a gift. Right. You know, it was a gift that you woke up out of the world and was brought into this thing of ours. That's a gift, bro. And you need to honor it as such. You can't, you know, get full of yourself like other camp leaders. And like, we're in the best case scenario right here, just being in the fear of Yahweh Shemiah Shai. But you got it.
That was the last verse of that.
Con. Well, hey, for those that came in, to Water for listening, you know, and with that, we want to give all praise, honor, and glory due to Yahweh by Shemiah Shai by Shemar Kakadash. Double honors to the elders and apostles of GMS. Shalom and shalom.
Shalom.